All right, so I just took my last final of the fall semester here at UNLV. It's 9:40. I think AutoZone opened at 9 or 8 a.m. or O'Reilly's, whichever one I hit on the way home. I'm gonna hit one on the way home. I need to get new turn signal bulbs. As you can see, that shit's literally smoked and fried. So these are, I'm gonna get amber ones for the front turn signals, because the rear turn signals are amber, so I think they should match. Plus I kind of like amber, so I'm gonna get those. I'm usually picky with the type of oil and fuel filters and oil filters and all of that stuff. Like I use man filters for most shit. And the oil I've used, I mean, I'm sitting in a Volkswagen right now, and the Audi I owned before this car, I always used Castrol Gold Standard. So, which they don't sell it like AutoZone and shit like that, obviously. You either get it from the manufacturer. I usually get it from FCP Euro or ECS. And it's pretty cheap in all honesty. But I'm gonna go, I mean, this car's pretty clapped. It's got, you know, over 150,000 miles on it. And I'm not too worried about the oil. So we'll see what AutoZone has for fuel filter wise, or oil filter wise, and oil. And we'll go from there. So I'm just gonna pick up a few things to tidy it up, getting it ready to be on the road. You know, hopefully we can insure it by, you know, next week. Really the only thing I'm waiting on is control arms, because like I said, the ball joint and the bushing on the driver's side is completely blown. So it's a little bit unsafe and uneasy to drive. Other than that, when I go home today, you know, we'll do the fluids, because I'll pick them up at AutoZone. Turn signal bulbs, turn signals are working now. And then the rear camber arms, that's all I need. And then I have some tires in my garage, so I should be able to just throw one of the tires I have on the actual full-size spare, because it's on a donut right now, and the full-size spare is in the trunk and has a flat on it. So I'll either go to the store and get a new tire, or grab one off my shelf. Kind of just depends on what size I need. But let's head there. Ooh. Nice. All right, so I just got turn signals. That's all I got. Honestly, when I got the car, before I drove it home, I topped it off with some Castrol Edge, you know, Pro, the gold standard one. So the car has oil, and I'm probably not gonna be driving it till, you know, at least 3 or 4 days until I finish the rest of the things I have to, because I'm still waiting on those control arms. So with that being said, I'm probably just gonna order oil and an oil filter, because I'm pretty, you know, particular about it, and obviously AutoZone doesn't carry the Castrol that I want. So I'd rather just not buy it now and order what I want, and it'll come in 3 or 4 days. So I'm gonna be out of town this weekend anyways. We're going snowboarding. Let me know if you guys want me to film that. So this is the thing. So depending on what model you have, what year you have of the E36, you could have a connection that looks like this. Obviously, this is the one that I took off the headlight assembly, but you would have like the female end of this. So with that being said, it would be very easy to wire it up, because this would directly wire into a live wire, and then we could ground the other one. But with our situation, since we're not using that, and the connects just plug straight in, boom, boom. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wire one into a live wire, like what would be easiest is to do it on the pump for the power steering, or not the power steering, for the windshield washer. But the problem with that is I'm definitely eventually getting rid of this reservoir, either sooner or later, because one, this is either gonna be tubbed, plus this just takes up too much space if we're gonna turbo the car, etc. So I think what would be best is to wire it into the power steering pump, which I believe is right here. So we could just wire it in, you know, I'm assuming the red wire is the live one. But if we wire it into that and then ground the other one, it should only be on, the daytime running lights will be on when obviously the car is on, and only on. Okay, so I was just taking a look at the wiring for the angel eyes. So obviously we didn't hook it up. Everything else is working, the turn signals, high, low, everything's working, but we haven't wired up the ground and the live wire for the angel eyes themselves. Now, there's definitely a ton of ways to do it. Obviously, I want them on when either the park lights are on or just as daytime running lights. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap into the turn signal live wire. If I can get it out. I'm gonna tap into one of these. I think that the brown one is the one that's live. So I'm gonna tap into that and then ground the other one to the frame over here and do the same over here. I think that's easiest just because, I mean, I'm not trying to add wire to this loom right here, and it's already long enough just to reach the corner light. And with that being said, I should be able to turn them on when the park light is on, like this, or I should be able to turn them on obviously when the car is fully on. But
a few moments later.
Okay, so the park light is on. So here's off, park light. And I just threw one bulb in here, one of the old bulbs to see. So this one's live and it's the only one that'll be on right now. And then obviously, oop, just dropped that bolt. And then obviously when the car's on and everything's on, you know, they're still on. So they'll still be on. And then if I turn the car on, let me see if I have the keys in here. So let me put the car in the on position. And it should be the same thing. Okay, so obviously the headlights are gonna be on now. So the low beam is on, and then obviously this is still on. So if I wire into that, the angel eyes will be on now, and then say during the day, obviously I'm not using my low beams or high beams or anything, we'll just need the turn signals. I could turn the park light on, which would act as these two would be lit up, and obviously your turn signal would still work, which would be amber. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that'll be easiest. I can always tap into it, and if I don't like it, we can tap into something else, but I think that'll be easy. Okay, so there's 3 wires. I traced it. The brown one's the ground. I'm pretty sure the yellow one's the hot, and then the blue, I believe, is for the halo sockets. So I'm gonna try and tap into, I don't have like a multimeter light bulb, so I'm just gonna kind of go with my intuition here, but I'm pretty sure it's this yellow and gray one. Alright, so I just wired in with a little connector. I just wired in the live wire from the angel eyes, and then split the live wire to the corner light. And then if I could just get this to ground for a second, you'll see that these turn on. So I'm just gonna press to do a bolt down here. Hold on, because I'll need to find a good spot. Oh, see? And those are on. So that works. Now I just need to find a good ground. Then we could do that. Alright, so I took a bolt off the AC compressor. As you can see, it's super dirty. So I'm gonna clean both surfaces, and then we should be able to ground to that, no problem. I don't have a ring terminal big enough for this bolt, so I cleaned it up. I think, obviously I don't want to just throw the wire under here, I kind of want to do it correctly. The biggest I have is a 1/4 inch. So I think what I'm going to do is try and drill this out a little bit because there's room. I mean, it almost fits on here. So I'm going to drill it out, and then it should be able to fit over the bolt, and then we'll wire it up. So I got that on there. I'm going to wire it up to the ground. I'm going to clean off the other side of where it goes right there, and we'll be set. All right, so I already showed you this right here. That's wired up. That's grounded right there. Obviously we'll tuck and loom all this, but let's just see if it works before we tidy everything up. So if I turn the parking light on, that should turn corner light on, which in turn turns the halos on. So there's that. And then another test. If you turn the headlights on, why do I always lose the key for this car? All right, I found him. What are you just gonna leave him in here? So ignition in the on position. Headlight knob is on now. So the headlights are on. There's no bulb in this, so don't worry about that. But the headlights are on. Headlight, halo, turn signal. Boom, so that works perfect. Now we just gotta do the other side. This side will definitely be easier because I can just piggyback it like I did and then ground it right there with that ground onto the frame and be set. Might as well throw in the new bulbs while I have this out. Make sure these work. Nice amber light, so that'll go in the corner. Halos are still on. Boom. We just drop that bowl down there somewhere. Kind of need that. Alright, so I just grounded it right there to the ground that was already there. I put a new bowl on it because I dropped that one back there, couldn't find it. I'll clean up all the wiring, but I just want to leave it out to make sure everything works. So parking lights on, turn signal should turn on, and the halo should turn on. Boom, boom, boom. They're all on. So I'm gonna tidy all this up, and then I'm probably gonna loom it. I'm gonna tuck this harness somewhere because this hole right here is for the hood pins, and that's where this kind of used to mount up. So I'm gonna tuck it back more, and we're one step closer. All right, so I just pushed the car back, you know, like 5 or 10 feet, so I could see the headlights. Everything is wired up. So this is what it would look like during the day with no headlights on, or the parking lights are on, same exact thing. But it looks pretty good. I like the amber, it really pops. The halos are pretty bright. I mean, it's daytime, super bright out, so, and they still are shining, so that's nice. And then we'll see what it looks like when you turn your actual headlights on. So there's the low beams with the halos. Rear blinker's working, and the side marker. So we're set.
You know what we're doing today? We're gonna install blow-up valves. Long ass drive from Alaska. God damn it. God, put some miles on my car, but that's alright. Got that carbon fiber hood.
Got the boys over. Look at this thing. Me and Ty used to work on these before it got totaled. Shoot, what we doing today, Drew?
About to put it in the blow-up valve, you know, get that boost cut.
Nice. What you got in here right now?
HKS blow-up valve. Smoking Evas with that. No,
This guy right here?
Yeah.
Wait, that Evo over there?
Alright, we might have to run it.
No, we're not running that. We're not running that.
Pulled the drift build out real quick, so I'm waiting on some things. I got everything I need to do. Headlights looking sick, look at them.
Here, take it off the mat. Bro, these clips are ass too.
How many dummies does it take to take an intake off?
Well, now I'm about to drop the intake, so I'm considered one.
Shit. I would take this coupler off, and then There's two bolts and there's one on the bottom.
Yeah. Straight look at these two. These were straight spinning the other day. Look at. Oh
Damn.
my god.
I feel like if we just took the HKS bullet valve off, greased up this one spot, because I've seen this guy have the same problem. You can't get to the bottom bolt.
I would take this off too.
I agree. They'll pick up my new license plate.
Alright, so we working on the drift car. Boys came through with the gen. Got the Evo over there. So they installed a new blowout valve. Took off the HKS one right here.
Set it up.
Put on the new forged one. So here's the first start.
Check out the new hood. Hold on. Hey.
Oh yeah.
I missed the flutter. Feels better?
Yeah.
I missed the flutter. And you still gotta build boost. You're not really.
Look at this kid.
So let's figure out whose car it is, though.
Don't even work on his own car or what?